You know, it's bad people is when you try to do the right thing and all you get is lied to and stuff, and it kind of sucks. Today I had a bad day in court, man, but whatever, you know, whatever. But I spoke with Ernie, and he pulled everything up, and he couldn't understand something. He says, "Wait a minute, let me ask you a question, Keith." I said, "Sure." He says, "Who is the individual that called?" It's Johnson. I said, "Well, she used to be a friend of ours, but I stopped talking to her, but she kept talking to my wife. Um, Back in 2017, I think it was, because she was about to go through a divorce. And I remember her calling the house and asking my wife to do a report, a letter for her stating that her ex hits her and stuff. And I told her, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's none of your business. And he never hit her. You know, it's just that his kids really didn't like her, you know, which I can understand why, because she was always pulling his first wife. She was following everything against his first wife. So I know how this person is when he was going through this divorce. But I told him, I said, dude, you shouldn't even jump out of one marriage and jump into another marriage. That's really stupid, you know. Well, I know her. I've been talking to her for a while and stuff. Wait a minute, you've been married and you've been talking to another woman? Wow. I couldn't even stand that no more, man. But anyway, so they pull up the report and he faxed me a copy. Emailed me a copy. And he says, I want you to go to the report. Look on the first page. I said, yeah, I see that. She called. Now, check this out. She called the sheriff's department. Now, before I say this, this is what he says. He says, in other words, the judges never knew about the videos. I said, no. They didn't even know what you said. I said, no. You didn't even go to court that day. I said, no. I got stuck. The lady called me once, then my phone went dead because I didn't have a charger in the car. My car got stuck in the snow. There was a big blizzard snowstorm in Minnesota, and you couldn't go nowhere, you know. I left at 11 o'clock to make sure that I couldn't get stuck, you know, but the snow was coming down so hard and it was so windy, and I got stuck not even halfway there because that was in another county to go to the court and called Gaylord. And so that was in another county. I got stuck 15 minutes from where I was at on Highway 19, and the snow was, oh man, it was crazy. But all the courts that day canceled. All courts canceled. Even some judges apologizing to attorneys when they said, yeah, we should have just went ahead and I should have just went ahead and left, but we're just going to cancel everything until this stuff blows over. And that's what they did, you know. And so then she calls me at 11:15, 11:20, the clerk from the court. And she says, well, he doesn't want to postpone nothing. What are you talking about? It's snowing. I'm driving, you know. I'm about to get stuck. I'm snowing, you know. And sure enough, I got stuck. I got stuck in all of the snow. Them big trucks wasn't even out there, you know, pushing that snow and stuff. It was bad that day. And I couldn't even get down to the court anyway, because we found out that when we pulled up the records, that the paper that they have out here shows that they took pictures of all of the snow and how much it was and everything. And even the arms, they got like these railroad track arms that comes down, the stop signs on all four. And when it's real windy and visibility is bad, the arms come down. It was so much snow, those arms came down, you know, so you couldn't get nowhere anyway, you know. And so I was upset, you know. I was very, very, very upset because the clerk calls me and says, well, he doesn't want to postpone this and everything else. And and he's from another county. This judge don't want to be here, you know? And I'm like, wow, okay, whatever, you know? So his ruling is invalid anyway because he's from another jurisdiction, you know, another county. And I'm looking up all of this here, man. Even the judge today, he's from a different county, a different jurisdiction. So I'm going to follow on that. I'm going to file my dismissal. You know, they violated this, they violated that, you know. And so anyway, we're going over the report. And we noticed, I said, wait a minute. Pull up all my videos right now. Everything that this one deputy claimed he investigated, because nobody's never spoke to me. And I asked the attorney, I said, aren't they supposed to investigate and not just take one side of a story? He said they're supposed to, but they don't. Gotcha. That's the way the laws are in the state of Minnesota. That's the way the laws are in the state of Minnesota. So there's one deputy, it was contacted from Johnson. She called them to say about my videos. And nobody would have known nothing. And this is where the hate comes in. This is how much hate this woman has for me. This thing has for me. This is not only hate. This is pure discrimination, pure hate. She white, I'm black. This is straight hate. You know, straight hate. You know, straight hate. Every time I did a video, she called somebody on it. She called the police. She called Homeland Security. Every time I said something, you know, then that's how it all started. That's where the attorney figured out. That's how it all started. So in other words, the judges didn't know nothing about this video. No, they didn't know nothing about these videos. She called it in on 1/13/2023 at 21:28, whatever time that is. I forgot. That's what she did. She called the sheriff, and the sheriff sent an email to the Sibling County Sheriff's Department to look into it. And I didn't violate nothing. I didn't violate no laws. I could say you motherfuckers. I could say whatever I want to say. That's the constitutional right. The United States Superior Court already ruled that. You can curse the police out. You curse the deputies out. You curse whoever the hell you want out. That's your constitutional right. I'm not going to let nobody tell me. I'm not going to let no other man tell me I ain't got a right to say this. I ain't got a right to say that. That's not happening. I don't give a fuck. You know, I really don't. You don't like what I say? Why are you watching my videos for? That's another $1 billion question. Why are you harassing this man? So in other words, this would have never came up. These charges right here in this investigation would have never came up. Would have never came up if this woman did not call on me again. So then the guy states here that I said, which is true. I'm not going to lie about it. Them judges are racist. Them judges are racist and conspirators, period. They violated my constitutional rights. The judge allowed, for the last time, she willingly, knowingly allowed perjury in her court. She knowingly allowed false evidence in her court. I filed a motion in affidavit. Proved it. The motion was heard, never heard about it, never got in front of the judge about my motion, but they heard it without me in court, which is against the law for me to be heard under my constitutional rights. He ruled on the motion in favor of my ex-wife. Evidence was there that the bills was never paid. The collection agencies been after me. And if any normal person in the world, well, in the United States, if any normal person knows about anything about collection agencies, they do a write-off when you don't pay it and they sell it. And another collection agency come after you. That's what they did to me. Then the guy says, he says here that Keith makes statements which requires an investigation into the video to verify if any crime was committed. No crime was committed. No crime was ever committed. I got the right. But this is the funny thing. He states here that threats of violence on January 3rd, January 13th, 2023. Well, that didn't happen on January 13th, 2023. That didn't happen there. Didn't happen at all. Okay? My video was made on January 3rd, not January 13th, 2023. And then I received additional information, an email from a chief deputy, which is a bunch of bullshit, such and such, inquiring an investigation into the video to verify if any crime was committed. Upon further investigation, I learned the video was posted on YouTube on January 3rd. The account name, mine, and my ex-wife. Okay? Because that's our account. That's both of our accounts. Period. We started that 20 years ago, maybe even longer, you know? And so then the post video was the language on the video. So what? So what? Where the fuck do these racist white motherfuckers get that we can't say what we want to say? You don't like my language? Don't listen. You do worse things than I do. Let me see. I got videos where cops on video, where cops are saying, I'm just looking to kill some niggas. Isn't that a threat? Oh, I forgot. Because they pigs and deputies, they can get away with threatening us. So they don't break no laws, right? They get away with pointing guns at us. They get away with threatening us, endangering our lives, but we're not allowed to do the same? No, I don't think so. If they can get away with killing someone, I can get away with killing someone. If they get away with threatening somebody, I can get away with threatening somebody. Okay? That's easy as pie. That's the common law, you know? And so then, yeah, I got videos on here where police officers just ride around and say, we looking to just shoot some niggas. But that's okay. And then you say my language? So what about my language? Who the fuck are you to talk about my language? That's what I don't get. You drink, you beat your woman up, you use drugs. That's what I don't understand. You know better than me. I don't get it. You know? And so then he puts in here, as I'm reading this, I'm like, wait a minute. These are stuff in here that was happened in 2020. What the hell has that got to do with January 3rd? And then they submitted a video from January from 2020 as evidence. You can't submit something that I didn't say on January 3rd from 2020. You fishing. Again, so they speak to Ms. Johnson and they ask this question. When was the last time you seen Keith or Margaret? Her statement was, quote, unquote, last time I have seen them was 2012 or 2013. Wait a minute. How the fuck is that possible? She moved into your trailer 5/7/2020. She moved into your trailer with you. You went to the house, helped her move. The deputies helped her move. It was all on video. Your daughter was with you, and Barney's daughter was with you. So you helped her move, but you say you haven't seen them since 2012, 2013. I don't, you know, for some reason, it sounds like you lied just to have me arrested again. This is the funny thing about this whole situation. And I hate it. And I hate it. The judge sees this. The judge sees this. I'm going to trial. I'm going to defend myself. I want no fucking public defender. I'm going to trial to defend myself, you know? And I'm subpoenaing this motherfucker. She's getting subpoenaed. And she got to explain to the courts, the jury members, why you hate me so much. Because I'm going to pull up every recording and the video, because I'm going to tell her, you told the deputy that you contacted 2 different agencies about my videos. You contacted the FBI. They didn't want to hear that bullshit because I didn't do nothing wrong. The man is mad. He's upset. Something happened for him to be upset. He has that right to be upset. He has the right to curse anybody out. He has that constitutional right. He has that constitutional right to say, I'm going to come after you by law. I'm going to come after you what protects me by law. I'm going to come after you. I'm going to sue you what my constitutional right says. My constitutional right says I got the right to sue you. The constitutional right says you violated your oath of office. The law says you're not allowed when you knowingly know that someone is committing perjury, you're the judge. You're supposed to stop it right then and there. But the judge allowed perjury in her court. She willingly, knowingly allowed perjury in her court. She willingly, knowingly allowed this motherfucking attorney of my ex-wife to criticize me and put me down about my handicap, which ADA Act protects me under Disability Discrimination Act. When I filed my complaint, I told this judge in my complaint that I will be taking legal actions against you for violating my constitutional rights, due process of law, discrimination with a person with a disability under the Disability Act, and hate, and allowing perjury and false evidence submitted in a divorce. I got that right. And denied me. This judge denied my lawsuit. Denied my lawsuit when the constitutional right states I have a right to file a lawsuit. Do I have a right to file a lawsuit? What does the constitutional right says? The constitutional right says the justice agreed that the First Amendment right to petition the government for any griefs that happen upon you, including a right of court access, including the right of court access. That judge know that, and that's what she violated. That judge violated my First Amendment, and judge. The other judge violated my First Amendment, denied me that. And the other judge, their chief justice, well, their boss violated my constitutional rights for allowing me to proceed in a lawsuit. You see, denied me the fee waiver, which the legislature says you got that right. You have that right for the fee waiver to be filed and granted. You see? And so then, that's what I talked about. I cursed him out. Yeah, I got that right. You know? I even made a video on January 5th, and I apologized. And I said, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. It's not me. You know? It's not me. But I was upset. I have a right to be upset. You know? I didn't threaten nobody. I got a right to tell them. It was in my motion. It was in my complaint. I got a right to sue you. And I'm taking you to court. I'm coming after you what the Constitution right says I got a right to do. I'm coming after you what the law says I got a right to do. And the funny thing about it, these judges in Minnesota hates, literally hate, H with a big H, A-T-E, hate anyone that fights for their constitutional rights. They hate that. They hate that. They hate that. They hate that with the air they breathe. They hate that. You know? And so this guy, his so-called investigation states in there that about identity theft that I said on the internet, right? What you got to do is come and talk to me. You're supposed to do an investigation. I would have sent you to the Wells Fargo bank. They'll tell you how many times I had to go down there because somebody tried to open up an account, took money out of the account and everything else. We got copies of everything. So if it wasn't for the Wells Fargo bank managers, they made sure that nobody can open up an account with my name without going down there in person. The Social Security office did the same thing. You can't call about my name. You can't call. You can't do shit. Got to have my driver's license, my ID, whatever, in your possession. That's how much security now is on my shit. But this punk ass deputy, he puts allegations. There ain't no motherfucking allegations. Everything I said was true. 1,000% true. Has anybody ever knocked on my motherfucking door, called me to say, let's talk to you about your videos? No, not one person. Not one investigator. Not one person. Not one fucking person. I got the bank statements. I got the bank forms, complaints that were filed, identity theft and everything. And it all came from two places. All from two places. Came from a trailer park where they chased it to or whatever the hell you call it, IBS number, whatever. Came from a trailer park. And my ex-wife's old phone number. So there. But it's so ironic how people can lie, even the fucking pigs. They lie so fucking much on a person to get them locked up. They lie. Today, I told the judge straight out. I'm the only one that could waive. I'm the only one that can waive a speedy trial. Why the hell you telling me that I can't have a speedy trial? To make things even complicated, I hate Minnesota, man. There's some nasty. This person right here is the nastiest person on the face of this earth. So if any of y'all come across her, run. It's just like he stated something in here about something else. All right, an unknown city attorney or DA, you know, and this right here, what he says in his statement has nothing to do with January 3rd, 2023. 95% of what he has in here has nothing to do with January 3rd, 2023 on my video. Nothing in here. 95% of this here, he took pieces from other videos. And I tried to tell that public defender that, but he didn't want to hear. The public defender is not there for us. Public defender is there for the state because that's what they get paid by the state. The obligation is to the state. Their loyalty is to the state, you know? But I'm bringing everything. And this trial ain't going to be no fucking 2 days. No, this trial is going to be at least about 4 months. 4 months. Because I want each video will be played. And each jury member will have a copy of this here. And they will have a pen or a highlighter. And they will see each word, 95% of what these people said in this fucking police report was fraud. falsified. And the best thing about it, check this out. These racist motherfuckers signed under the penalty of perjury. Signed under the penalty of perjury. The penalty of perjury. So their statements will be held up in court. And then I find out that this the prosecutor only got 2 witnesses, 2 deputies. That's it. But wait a minute. She made the report. She called this in. And the $1 million question is, why does she keep harassing me? Oh, I forgot. She white. She can't mind her business. She thinks because she works in a prison that she's above the laws. You know, like Uncle Sam went after me. And that came out okay because they found out that they lied on me and stuff. They went through my accounts. They even got it access to the closed accounts and stuff. And they found out that the person that reported me lied. I said, well, can't y'all do something about that? Well, we got the individual's name and stuff, but we know if that person ever calls again, then we'll be looking into that person. Why y'all can't look into that person now? You know? And it's funny, and I'll say it again. Minnesota courts, these judges, they love perjury. They do not care about the laws of perjury. They do not care about the laws of perjury. They do not care about the hate laws, because if any normal person would have seen this, wait a minute, what happened to this man? All right, you got half of the story in here. Did you investigate him? Did you interview the guy? No. Then this police report don't mean shit. This police report don't mean shit. You know, and it's just like, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, wait a minute. What the hell is really going on in Minnesota, man, with this justice system, man? This is the crookedest justice system in the world, you know? And I'll say it again. They got to give me the death penalty. That's what the fuck they got to do. That's what the fuck they have to do. They have to put me to death. They have to put me to death. They have to do that. Because I'm going to fight and fight and fight, because I got the right to fight for my constitutional rights. My father fought for the Constitution. His father fought for the Constitution. His father's father fought for the Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom. I don't give a fuck about Congress shall make no laws to infringe on freedom of speech, freedom of the people, freedom of the press. Congress shall make no laws to infringe. See, this is the way the courts do. These so-called legislators, which are not laws. That was already ruled in so many cases. And I'm using every one of them cases. That was already ruled in so many damn cases where they said that rules and regulations are not laws. All right. And this one judge today, he's like saying something totally different, you know? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. They're saying what they're saying, the law is the law. And one thing that you got to go by is the common law, the law of the land. That's the law of the land, you know? And yeah, I'm doing everything, man. I'm doing my motion. I'm doing my dismissal for this public defender. I'm doing that. I called this son of a bitch today. I called him maybe 11 times left my number. Give me a call, because I don't really know what happened today, you know? And I can barely hear the one ear because I got only one fucking ear, you know, so I really don't know what happened. But yet, the attorney says to me today, the attorney I spoke with today says, wait a minute, they did that on Zoom? I said, yeah, and it's already online. And I told that judge, court procedures are private. That is violation of my privacy. He tried to tell me, this judge, he lies to his wife if he's married. You could tell he lies to his wife if he's married. Oh yeah, he lies to his wife if he's married. Because if he get up there and lie to us, he lies to his wife. If he's married or got a girlfriend, he lies to them. Okay? So this judge turned around and stated that Zoom that they have is different than the Zoom. No, it is not. It is not different. Zoom owns the courts. And I told that judge, I said, last time I was on Zoom, that shit is all over the internet right now. Why is that? He couldn't say nothing. Zoom owns the courts, Zoom. There's no such thing as a different Zoom. That's all the same. Zoom, once it states right there under their policy, we own all copyrights. We own all videos. We own all recordings. We own all pictures. We own everything when you use Zoom. The courts in the United States can't do a damn thing about it because they're in the Philippines. That's where their corporate office is at, in the Philippines. So they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. So I'm looking, and I told that judge, I said, dude, I was in court last time on Zoom, which I do not like because I got the right to be in court. Everything was said. It was on Google. Yep, it was on Google. I didn't know about it until somebody called me and said, man, you know your case is on Google? What? Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. What? Yeah. Video call me, man, so I can know how to get on it. So he video calls me, you know, and he showed me how to get on it, how to find it. I'm like, ain't that about a bitch? This is why I don't want to do Zoom. Even attorneys hate Zoom because it violates the defendant's rights, privacy rights. But Zoom is out there because these judges are lazy. The United States people are lazy. They are literally lazy. That's how lazy the United States got lazy. Man, fighting again. And it also says in the Constitution, a person shall not be charged or prosecuted for the same crime twice. Under no circumstances. That's double jeopardy. Same shit, 2020. This bitch called in every video I had, you know, and they just got tired of her, man. They just got tired of this white lady, man. Even some white people got tired of her ass, you know. But that's the type of person she is. She get in people's business and everything, man. And then she gets mad when you're going to sue her. Then she makes false, like she made a false fucking a restraining order on me. Oh, Minnesota loves restraining orders on people. Because see, once as long as that court get enough restraining orders, they get their check. You see, that's all we are. The courts are the banks. Okay, the courts are the banks. And that docket number is sent to the trust, Texas Trust and Loan. That's where your information and stuff is at, where they gaining interest off of the trust from you. Okay, for each case, each felony, misdemeanor, and all of that, they committing fraud with your name in a trust account. That's the way it is. That's the way the court systems work. Okay, from every case, from lawsuits to restraining orders. One thing Minnesota loves, they don't give a damn. See, Minnesota does not give a damn about the truth. They love, listen carefully, they love false restraining orders. They love false arrests. They love false imprisoning somebody. They love this. They love violating the constitutional right. If you black, if you Mexican, if you look Spanish, if you look Indian, anything like that, they love to lock your ass up on anything. They love when other white people that don't like you know it's a hate crime that they're doing against you to have you locked up. They know this. But if any one of these fuckers had any common sense, because this is what she did. Well, I put a restraining order out on him before, you know, and it was granted. The only reason why your restraining order was granted is because you lied your fucking ass off. You wasn't in the courtroom on the witness stand where I had the right to cross-examine your ass. You was on fucking Zoom. And the judge there, she kept falling out of her seat. Glasses on, hair all messed up. She was at home drunk. She kept falling out of her damn chair. She fell out of her chair twice. Twice. Her glasses, she getting up, her hair all messed up. She sat down, hair was all messed up and stuff. She had some kind of glass in her hand, and she went and put the glass down, and then all of a sudden she fell out of the chair. Then she come up, and then all of a sudden she's up with her glasses on and stuff, you know. And then, so when she had a copy of my divorce with all of my information, my social security number on there, bank information, that's financial and that's private. That's supposed to be private. But guess what? The court says she has a right. So understand, people, now, the Minnesota court says, I have the right to have your social security number. I have the right to have your birth date. I have the right to have your checking account. Minnesota court says that. Minnesota Superior Court judges says that. They say that. They say that. Because when I said, let me go look to see if I get a copy of my divorce, right? So I went online. And you know what it did? I had to fill out a form. And I had to pay a fee. When my ex-wife got her copy, I'm looking at the pages that she made copies of for this harassment order that she put on me, restraining order, right? Was the same. She had my financial records, so the courts released financial records of me and my social security number to this bitch. The courts are liable. The courts allow identity theft. So if anybody out there, if you listening or watching my videos, you pull up my divorce, pull up all the records, you will see the courts allowed my information out to this broad that keeps harassing me. Social security number, bank statements. That's how they hacked into my shit. This one of these punk ass deputies says that. But he puts a legend. No, it ain't no fucking a legend. That's what the fuck happened. I had to go down to the bank, man, every fucking day. Every day for 3 months. Somebody trying to open up an account with my name on it. My social security number. Only person that had my social security, knew my social security number by heart was my ex-wife. She's the only one I ever seen anyone to sign my name. Was my ex-wife. Only one. Knew my date of birth and everything. Because nobody ever knew that stuff about me. Nobody. I have never had any kind of identity theft in my whole life. Until it started on 5 28, 2020. 6, 3, 2020. Never in my life have I ever had my identity stolen. And I told that judge, she has my birth certificate. She has letters from my sisters that I had. She has letters of sisters that passed away from 9/11. I can't take it no more, man. I can't take this shit no more, man. I'm tired of these people, man. I'm fed up, man. I'm fed up. I can't take it no more. I can't take this bitch just keeps fucking with me and fucking with me. Now I'm looking at prison because of freedom of speech and what I say. And these motherfucking white bastards say, you can't say bitch, you can't say hoe, you can't say cunt. I can say whatever the hell I want to say. I got that constitutional right. The United States Superior Court already ruled. We can curse you out and everything else. But we don't need no other man to tell me what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. Now this motherfucking DA, and I told this judge today, then he files 2 other false charges. And I say, by law, what it states about disorderly conduct has nothing to do with what I post on videos on YouTube. Under no laws in the United States, under no laws in the world, disorderly conduct means drunk in public or arguing in public with someone. That's disorderly conduct. I'm on video on YouTube and you put 2 disorderly conduct counts on me. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Prosecutors can commit fraud. Prosecutors can commit fraud documents, fraud charges, and perjury. But guess what? They can't. Because you already violated your oath of office by submitting disorderly conduct of my videos, which is no such law in the United States or in any country in the world. No such law at all. 2 disorderly conducts for the videos posted on YouTube. But there's no law. There's no law of disorderly conduct. And this is how I know how the judge didn't even watch the videos. Because if he would have watched the videos and read and went by this bullshit, he would have said, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not said in the video. Wait a minute. Let me go through this video again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not said in the video. Okay, he said that. Okay, he's upset. Yes, he's upset. Yeah, he talks about how he got fucked up in the courts by the judges and how one judge didn't even allow him in court. Didn't even allow me in court. Did not allow me in court. Okay. How my wife got away, his wife got away with this and that and that. Okay, that's there. That's there. That's there. Okay, okay. He says, I'm going to come after you, what the law says I can do. I got the right to defend my constitutional right, to fight for my right, my freedom, and freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of expression. You know, okay, 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 okay. That's not a threat. No, no, that's not a threat. That's not a threat. It's not that. Oh, I'm going to come after you, motherfuckers. Okay, he's upset. Okay, he could say that. Normal people even say that, you know. But it's so funny how cops can threaten our lives and kill us, and we can't do the same to them. No, every man on the face of this earth is, the Lord says, equal. No man is above another man, you know. No man is above another man, you know. And it's funny how they can commit conspiracy and write up a fucking, words are different, completely different. 95% is not what's on these videos. 95% is not on these videos. I was upset. Everybody got the right to be upset. You know what's so funny though? When you hit your wives, you're upset, right? When you call a bitch, you're upset, right? Why you not in jail? Why you not charged with threats? When you tell your kids you're gonna beat their ass, that's a threat. You're supposed to be in jail. You're supposed to be in jail for a terrorist threat. Yeah, because you threaten your kid, you're supposed to be in jail. Yeah. When you threaten your woman to beat her ass, when you put your hands on her, you're supposed to be in jail. Yeah, that's a threat. That's a threat. But I forgot, you racist and you white. You know? That's point blank. You know? Point blank. If I would have seen somebody shoot somebody up, I'll just walk right past it because it's none of my fucking business. If I would have seen a pig, deputy cop, whatever gets shot up, I'll laugh. Because y'all fuckers think y'all above the laws, man. You motherfuckers think y'all above the laws for planting evidence, drugs, guns, illegal entry into people's homes. It's been all over the news for years. Kill unarmed suspects for no reason. Plant guns. You know, I had a guy the other day. It was funny. We was at the gas station. And, let me tell you how stupid society really is. And these are the people that's supposed to be the new generation. We was at the gas station. We was at this gas station yesterday. All right. Excuse me. We was at this gas station yesterday. And what happened was this lady, she pulls into the gas station and she's right behind me. Right? I'm gonna show y'all how stupid society is. So I give her maybe in her 20s, maybe late 20s, and she with three other girls, two in the back seat and one in the passenger seat, right? She pulls up in like a pinkish Cadillac SUV, you know, whatever the hell you call those big ass Cadillacs, right? And so you can tell it's brand new because it still had that sticker on the window, you know? And so then all of a sudden, she pulls up behind me. Now the gas station was crowded. I mean, it was crowded like crazy. This gas station was crowded like crazy, man. And so when I'm walking, it's all crowded inside and stuff. And so one of the girls, she tells the lady that got out of the car, she tells one of the girls, get 2 bottles of windshield wiper cleaner. Okay. Get 2 big bottles of windshield wiper cleaner. She said, okay. So this man pulls up on the other side of the pump, and he's from some dealership because he got the name on the car door, right? He's from this dealership, right? And the girls are trying to find, just when they was trying to find how to open up the gas tank, this other car pulls in. And it was 2 of their friends, these two guys. One maybe about 21, the other one maybe about 26. 2 guys. And so what happened, what these 2 idiots did, it was hilarious. So they can't find how to open up the gas tank. I don't want to insist. I don't want to help. They white. I don't even want to look at them. But what was so funny was the girls got on these see-through blouses. You could see their breasts and all of that, nipples, and really disrespectful to me. That's gross. And so this man is gas in his trailer. His wife comes out, watching him, looking at the girls. She busts him upside the head. She said, what the fuck are you looking at? She went, why don't y'all bitches put some clothes on? She had every right to say that. These girls had on these shirts you could see right through with no bras on. I mean, it was gross. And real short, real like these like real short skirts. If they bend down, you can see the crack of their butts. Okay? Now this Cadillac SUV. Big son of a bitch, man, right? And so then when the two idiots come over, she's trying to find how to open up the gas tank, right? The guy that was waiting for the pump to come on, because we had to wait a while because it was crowded. We went inside, already paid, but these people still taking their time on turning the pumps on, right? And they wouldn't take credit cards outside. For some reason, the credit card reader was down. And so anyway, the guy that sold the cars had the car dealership on his door and stuff. It was a pretty nice car he was driving too. Said, you want to know where it's at? So the girl says, no, I don't. I'll find it. Real nice attitude. So then all of a sudden, her two friends walk over and say, what are you doing? Trying to find out how to open up the gas tank. And so the man, he goes, well, I told her I'll show her where it's at. I sell them cars, you know. I don't need your damn help. That's what the girl said. Now, don't forget, I said she told her friend to go inside and get 2 bottles, one big ass things of windshield wiper fluid, right? Okay. Now back to the 2 idiots. So he said, wait a minute, I'll get it open. So the idiot goes in his car he just got out of, her friend, comes out with a screwdriver and pops the gas tank open. In my mind, I'm saying that this is the new generation. This is the new generation. See how stupid people really are, man. This is the new generation. Now, I don't know what made this idiot do this part. I still can't figure that out. And the dumb broad, she agrees. Okay? So they don't know how to open up the hood of the car. Wow. Everybody in the world knows in cars in America, the hood latch is on the passenger side, the driver's side, right there near the leg. Period. Every car in the United States is made like that. Every car that's brought to the United States is made like that, except the cars overseas. Everybody knows that the hood latch is on the left side, right there. Right under there, hood latch. So these idiots go and get a crowbar to force the hood open. They finally got it open. They broke the grill and shit, but they finally got it open because the guy goes, do you have insurance? He says, yeah, I got full coverage. Don't worry about it. I just say they broke into it. Don't worry about it. So he did it. He went, took the crowbar, pushed it under, and I'm pumping gas. I'm like, look at these stupid motherfuckers, man. And pops the hood up, man. I'm like, oh my God. And so then the girl gives them the 2 bottles of windshield wiper fluid. And so then the girl that was driving the big Cadillac SUV, she goes, well, I don't know where it goes. And the 2 idiots go, oh, it goes right here. Oh, no, I don't think so. Maybe over here. Oh, no. She goes, no, it goes right here. She uncaps. This stupid broad uncaps the oil. Opens up with these 2 idiots, opens up the bottle of windshield wiper fluid, pours both bottles into the where the oil goes. The guy from the dealership said, can I give you my card? Because I think you're going to need a car soon. She took the card and threw it away. So I don't need shit. My car's brand new. Right, girl. They poured both bottles of windshield wiper fluid where the oil goes. And you see the cap right there. That's the oil thing right on the damn cap. How can you mistake that for windshield wiper fluid? I just don't understand it. So then they closed. They put the cap back on. They closed the hood as much as they could. They all get in the car, and the two guys get in their car. She starts the car up in the shit. All you saw was white smoke and blow up coming out everywhere. The dealer and me said, and this is a new generation. we couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, yeah, it's the new generation. They want to drive, but they some stupid motherfuckers. And that was a brand new Cadillac SUV. It had the paper still on the passenger window, dude. And it still had the paper on the window, you know. And all of a sudden, this big noise come boom, and you know. And when I saw what they was doing, I tried to get in my car, move quick, you know, but I couldn't. I walked in front of my car. I said to God, if you blow up and fuck up my car, I'm gonna be so mad. And all of a sudden, she starts the car. I couldn't believe these idiots. She started the car, and all you got was a boom and white smoke coming out of everywhere, man. She blew her engine, man. They put two fucking bottles of windshield wiper fluid, them big gallons, into the oil. And these two idiots helped. Now, these guys are supposed to know about cars. I'm like, oh my God, man. So then all of a sudden, police pulls up. And they couldn't believe it. They asked what happened. The girl tells the stupid girl tells the guy, well, I put this in the car and it blew up. The officer said, where at? She opens up the hood and says, right there. The officer had to turn his face and hold his face. It was funny. It was funny. And then this one lady goes, you stupid bitch. Even my 12-year-old daughter knows where oil goes in the car. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, it was funny than hell. Y'all had to be there to see this, man. It was funny. But I'll never forget the words that guy said that sells cars, man. He has a dealership logo on the door. He said, well, look like you're going to need a car now. And he drove off. Oh, man. Then the guy says, one of the employees come at a gas station, says, y'all got to move that. You know, you can't sit in here. I mean, it was crowded at the gas station. And then she asked, well, can you call me a tow truck? And that's when I couldn't stop laughing no more, man. I'm like, wow, you're going to need more than a tow truck. You just blew your whole engine, you dumb broad. I'm like, wow, man, only in Minnesota. Only in Minnesota, man. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Oh, man. So check this out. I turned around and I got a summons for jury duty. They sent me a summons for jury duty. And I called them up. I said, I can't do jury duty. I'm on a case right now, you know? And so the guy asked me my name, and I gave him my name, and I gave him the case number. And he says, well, you may have to still come down for the judge to remove you out of the place, some big city somewhere. And so then I said, well, I really can't. Let me get this straight here. Hold up here. You want me to come to jury duty so you can convince me that this man committed a crime. He's supposed to have jury of his peers. And all of the people I know of my peers are some stupid motherfuckers. So that can't happen to this man. You know, But I don't understand. You want me to come down to be a jury member so you can convince me that this man committed a crime. How stupid is that? I mean, really, you know? And I just like, I told the guy on the phone, I said, dude, are y'all that stupid down there at the courthouse too? Are y'all that stupid down at that courthouse? You know? And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. And he said, well, I'll let the judge know. And yeah, you do. You are charged with a felony and 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. I can't be on no jury, member. I'll find him not guilty no matter what. No matter what. If he's black, he's found not guilty. If he's Mexican, he's not guilty. That's it. That's it. You know, I could never be on a jury, member. No. So I'll find whoever it is, whoever did what, not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. That's it. I don't give a damn what he did. He'll be not guilty. Be not guilty. So I don't respect the laws no more. I don't fuck the system, man. It's too corrupt. What has to happen is every judge that violates the oath of office, they should be removed immediately. It violates the constitutional rights. They should be removed immediately. No ifs and no buts. Because they go by your race. They don't go by the crime. They go by your race. And they'll always say, if you Spanish or black in Minnesota, this is one thing that they'll always say on any case. They have probable cause to charge you when they didn't. They did not have no probable cause whatsoever to charge me. Not only that, but they should have looked into the person that was calling, because she wasn't a abided citizen. And then to top it all off, this is the part that we really can't understand. Wait a minute. The judges didn't know nothing about this. They didn't fear you. You was in a courtroom. I said, yeah, I was just upset. You know, yeah, you cursed them out and everything else. You said, fuck them, their family and everything else. You got a right to say that, you know, regardless on how cold or nasty it was. You got that right. That's freedom of speech. Nobody can stop that. That's right. But they saying I threatened them. What I stated was, I'll come after you with the law, but Todd gives me the right to come after you with. I will protect my constitutional rights. I will come after you under federal laws and the constitutional rights. That's what I said. That's a threat to them. That's a threat to them. Did I know it? Nope. I didn't know it was a threat. Could I carry out a threat? Nope. What kind of mind was you in? I was in a fucked up mind, even like today. I'm in a fucked up mind, man. Can't get my medicine. I can't get shit. Can't get nothing. You know, can't get nothing. I don't even remember what happened in court today. You know, I don't even remember what the fuck happened in court. I know I've been calling this attorney 11 times, 12 times, and he hasn't even fucking returned my call back yet. You know, and here it is. Here it is at 8:40 p.m. Hasn't returned my call to me yet once. Not once. You know, I want to ask him some questions. Not once has he returned my call. Not once. You know. And I still don't understand what happened. I still don't understand how you can violate my constitutional rights. I still don't understand the charges. And the other 2 charges don't make no sense whatsoever. So you might as well charge me on here again for disturbing the peace, for disorderly conduct, you know. So I'm waiting for that to come too, you know. But the disorderly conduct charges is a straight retaliation against me and hate. And like I told the judge, he can't even prosecute the case, number one, because of the fact that he knows the judge. He goes to lunch with the judge. You know, all y'all know, all of these judges, there's 2 judges there, man. And one judge didn't even want to deal with my case. You know, he had to come from another county, which he didn't want to drive all the way to this county. He didn't want to drive. It took him from where he was at. It took him from an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, I think it was, they said, for him to drive from one county all the way over here. This other judge, an hour and a half from Faribault County to here, you know, and it's ridiculous. And they shouldn't be able to do that, man. You know, they shouldn't be able to do it. That's why I'm going to have this shit transferred to fucking federal courts, because it's a federal case. This has nothing to do with no more state laws. And that's what I'm going to ask for. Be transferred to federal court. Straight up federal court, you know, federal court, you know. That's what I'm going to ask. You know, because this, I truly believe that a federal judge would like, are you fucking kidding me, man? The guy was upset. Is he capable? He's disabled. Is he capable? No. All right, then. How did this all start? You know, they wasn't aware of the videos at all until this Johnson she calls on me about every fucking thing. Ever since I got rid of my wife, she helped my wife do everything. She helped my wife clean out the bank accounts. Dudes, all of you guys, do not, I repeat, do not in California, Minnesota, do not have a joint account with your woman. Do not do that. Do not do that at all. Do not do that at all. Do not have a joint account with your woman at all. Oh, yeah. And then in his report, he says about the sheriff that stole my $200. See, that's how I know they took all of the statements that were said out of the videos from 2020. Because that's where all of that came from, the videos that I made in 2020. And they put in a police report to make it look like it was 2023, when it wasn't. It was 2020. Because they mentioned the sheriff that stole my $200. And they don't have, Minnesota does not have internal affairs. So I called the marshal's office when the $200 was taken right in front of me, hit me in the head, cuffed me, and I'm yelling on video, give me back my $200. Hit me in my head one more time, man, because I was cuffed. He hit me in the head. And he scratched my head, the top of my head. And my wife was yelling down the street. Out of the house, bring me his wallet, bring me his wallet. Everything they said in this fucking police report, we just figured out and was watching all the videos again, and everything they say in here came from 2020. 2020. Everything they said came from 2020 videos. 2013, you know. I mean, not 2023. On January 3rd, 2023. Only 5% of that is in there, you know. And so he puts that in there. And so anyway, I try to call to find out who does internal affairs against deputies, right, for stealing money. Okay. And so then the marshal's office gave me the sheriff's department number to call them in a place called Mankato. A place called Mankato. So I called over there to file a report. And I called the FBI office about the money taken on that date, that time. And then I left a message. Nobody got back to me. And then I called the marshal's office, United States Marshal's office, and asked them, how do I file a complaint? Because my $200, this deputy took and put it in his pocket while he arrested me, you know? And he says, you sure I'm looking dead at him, man? And I'm arguing with him. That's what was on their body cam. I'm arguing with this fucking deputy. Why you fucking, because I called it strong arm robbery with a badge. When I saw that in that police report and what he said about the $200, I already knew everything they put in this police report from 2020. 2020. And then when I saw this bitch's name, and I told Terry Walker, I said, you see what I'm saying, Terry? She keeps calling the fucking police on me. You know, she keeps calling the police on me with my ex-wife. You know, this shit got to fucking stop, man. They got to stop him by the house and everything else. So me and Terry set a little trap. And it shows her going up and down Highway 3 on video, on video. Again, the car going up and down Highway 3. Then they're in a black Suburban going up and down, and stuff. And I think it's a Nissan or the other one that she drives that I've seen her in before, but I know it's black, and I can't even think of the other name of the car, but they kept driving up and down 3, tooting the horn and shit, up and down Highway 3 and stuff. Yep. House right there, and they driving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down and stuff. And they reported saying, well, because I had to report them twice to the police department that they was following me. And I guess the police department out there is pissed off at me too in Faribault because I witnessed a police officer beat his woman down. Yeah, in the parking lot of a Walmart. Yeah, he beat her ass, man. I don't even think that cop got locked up or anything. I think he's still a police officer in Faribault. Yeah. Yep. Let me see. That happened in let me see. We was coming back and forth. I was just coming to visit and stuff. That happened in 2000 and around 2008, 2009. Yeah, around 2008, 2009, that happened. And yeah, he beat her ass, man. He beat her ass, man. Police officer out of Faribault Police Department. He beat that woman down bad, man. And then he looking at me like, what are you looking at? I'm looking at you, motherfucker. That's what I'm looking at. You hitting that woman, man. That's one thing I don't get, man. How I get mad, because people just won't leave me the fuck alone, Am I dangerous? No, I'm not dangerous, But I hate when people hates me for no reason whatsoever, just because of my nationality and stuff. I don't like that at all, And I hate when they're in my business. I hate when they keep calling the police on me and stuff for every fucking thing, man, which is totally wrong, And that's what this person did. All of the paperwork is right there. Oh yeah, and then let me see, what else did the deputy say? I still got the bank receipts from the $200 that was taken on 5/7/2020. $200 withdrawn from Wells Fargo Bank. $200. Because I was leaving. $200 was withdrawn from Wells Fargo Bank at 8. Let me see. They pulled me over. He pulled up on me 8:45. So about 10 minutes before 8:45. Right there on the thing. $200 on 5/7/2020. $200 withdrawn from Wells Fargo ATM in Faribault, Minnesota. $200, right? And then he pulls me over on Highway 3, coming from the bank. Grabs me out of the car. You hear there was a deputy lady, a Spanish deputy lady, first time on the job. And they try to say that I made a statement. I said, I ain't got a damn thing to say to y'all, man. I don't got a damn thing to say to y'all, man. That's it, And the deputy grabbed me out of the car and shit. And I said, my leg, man, what the fuck? And then you can see the Spanish deputy. You see, he got handicap plaques on the car. I don't give a fuck. That's what the white deputy said. Tall guy. That's what he said. I don't give a fuck if he's disabled. Break his other fucking leg. Yeah, that's what he would say. Now, mind you, the recordings are on. The body cams are on. The light is red. It's recorded. The light is red. It's recorded. All right. And so then took my legs from me, strip necked me, cuffed me to the bed for hours. and stuff. Said some nasty shit to me and stuff. And then put a needle in me and took my blood without no consent, no court order, no nothing. All right. And then about quarter to one, they come in and uncuff me and shit. And then January, February, March, April, May. And then right around, I want to say months later, they tried to charge me. Then when the videos and everything got out on my ex-wife in the house, you fucking nigga this, you fucking nigga that. She Korean. She busted me in the head and bite me and scratch me and shit on my face and everything. And then that was played. And then you see the deputy put my $200 out of my wallet, putting it in his pocket. And that was from the video from the car that was hooked up to the computer. And then the videos at the house, you see Johnson come in, helping wife move out. You see the deputies putting shit in their patrol cars, helping them move out and stuff. She had her own personal moving crew. The sheriff was her own personal moving crew. Yeah. The sheriff was her own personal moving crew. And then after that, I called up Terry Watkins to see if he could come pick me up, but he was asleep. And he lived hours away, and I told him what happened. Yeah. I told him what happened and shit. And then she kept her word that she'll clean out the bank account. So she took everything out of the bank account. She took stimulus checks. She took every fucking thing, which I couldn't understand why she was even getting a stimulus check, because she was working every fucking day, you know. And then because I filed my divorce. I took it to the court, filed for my divorce on 5/28, and I put address confidential. That's what I put, address confidential, because I didn't want her to know where I lived at or nothing. So then the courts gave her my address, and then I filed a complaint. So they come up with some bullshit that the judge did not allow you to have your address confidential and your personal information. On there says confidential. That's what it says. On the paperwork says confidential. Yes, confidential. But the judge did not allow me to have my address and my bank information and my social security number confidential. But it says confidential, marked yes, confidential. Please do not give out my address or information to anyone. Do not give out financial information to anyone. Confidential. And that's when I filed my complaint against the judge. Yeah, that's when I filed a complaint against the judge. No, in 2022 is when I filed a complaint against the judge to have her removed off the case because she violated my constitutional rights. She violated my safety. She committed a terrorist act against me, discrimination, bias. Judge didn't want to hear what I had to say. The judge did not care that she took all the money out of the bank. Yeah, the judge did not care about that. Judge did not care about that. And then I told the judge she was texting someone while she was in court. She didn't get on the witness stand where she was supposed to. She sat in a chair. It was still COVID. Yeah, it was still COVID. So she sat there. And I just came out and said, so you expect the courts to believe all of this bullshit? And the judge said, yeah. You know, judge just let her attorney say what the fuck he want to say and stuff. And then that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. I'm like, huh. better understand my constitutional rights and my rights, man. That's when I started. If it wasn't for the judge, I wouldn't be. To be honest, if it wasn't for the judge, I wouldn't be doing nothing. She made me. She made me look into the laws and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think she's a good judge. I really believed in her, and that I think that was my problem. When I asked about it, is she a good judge? Is she a fair judge? Oh yeah, she's a fair judge. She's a good judge. You know, I just think that in my case, she just did not like me. Where it shouldn't even be that way. It should be, wait a minute here. You just lied on your husband on paper. I got to hold you accountable. Your attorney just lied on paper and made a false testimony in my presence, in my courtroom. He will be held liable. For once, I wish I could find a real down-to-earth, honest person. I really do. I really wish I could find a down, honest person in the courts, that sits back and really, the man is not a threat to nobody. So why are you going this route and then you file these other fake charges on this man just to go after him more, But there's no such. I think there's more of it in some of it now in a lot of these federal judges. I think the federal courts is the only place for this to be at, is because they will show more compassion and understanding, and they will go by the law and what the constitutional right says, But I truly believe that lady judge was a good judge. That's what I truly believed at that time. But after what she did to me, I couldn't understand it no more. I really couldn't. I couldn't believe it, man. It really let me down, man. And it tore me up, man. It hurt me. I was put under cruel and unusual punishment and the works, man. And the works, And then on Thanksgiving Day, 2020, I'm eating the top ramen because I had no food. I didn't have nothing in the house. I had no money, no nothing. She she took everything out the bank, everything. She maybe left, I think $1.45 or $4 and change. I gotta look at the bank statement because I still got that, And judge didn't care, man. The judge. Everybody, even Terry Watkins says, no, she's a good judge, man. She's a good judge, She's a fair judge. And other attorneys said the same thing. But then when they pulled up the records, man, and they seen on the records what was said and everything else, and then if I wanted copies of the records, I had to pay for them. I have no money. How can I pay for copies? I have no money. That's what the fee waivers are for. If I wanted copies of the records, I had to pay for them. That always came from the clerk's mouth all the time. I can't file this until I got to let the judge give me the approval to file this for you. No, the law says once I hand you this documents, it has to be filed. No ifs and no buts. No ifs and no buts. So that's what was going on in that courthouse right there. That courthouse needs to be shut down, man. Every one of those employees need to be in jail. Every one of them. Because I don't even think none of them got a bond. None of them took the oath of office. Every one of them needed to be in jail. So then anyway, what happened was the judge tried to change the date when she was put out to another date and month. And I said, no. This is the date she cleaned the whole bank account out. And those women in that courthouse are some dirty motherfuckers, man. Because they are women, so they're gonna go with women. Period. Them are some dirty women in that courthouse, man. in the bank statements, we going over the bank statements, and it shows that she paid off credit cards I never knew about. She paid off credit cards. She paid off all of that shit way in advance, and then cleaned everything out of the bank. Had to transfer to some online banking shit. That's how Wells Fargo found out from the IPS address. Everything was transferred because it took them a while to figure that out. Where did it go? Where did it go? It was here, but now it's gone. So where the fuck did it go? That's one thing I could say about Wells Fargo. Those two managers and the lady helped me a lot. They found out where the money went to, how it was transferred, what IPS address, and everything. Because that right there, we had a joint account for all of those years. Oh, yeah. And then the deputy takes pictures of our Wells Fargo card. Malillo, it says Malillo. Right? He tried to accuse me of credit card fraud with my last name on it. Yeah. That's how dirty they are. My last name, Malillo, on that credit card, her name, Margaret. On the back, we both signed both our names on the back of the card. He tried to charge me, when we have a joint bank account, he tried to charge me with credit card theft. That's on all my videos 2020. Excuse me. Yeah, he tried to charge me with credit card fraud. Yeah. Credit card fraud, because of what I said on the internet and all that. And everything got dismissed on the interest of justice. Because not only that we was ready for trial, but once the videos got out and shit, and that judge, no, we ain't going here, man. You be a damn fool. This woman on video calling this man a nigger, cursing him out, beating the shit out of him. He holding on to the banister. She biting him. You can see the scratches all over his face and shit. But he get locked up. See on video, deputy taking his money out of his wallet, putting it in his fucking pocket, and he get locked up. See, these people moving her out, she moved over to a trailer park, but they never seen each other since 2012, 2013. And yet, her name is all in the fucking police report. But the only witnesses that the prosecutor has is only the two deputies that made the report, which don't carry no weight because they lied. They committed perjury on this report. 95% of this came from other videos, not on January 3rd. It's funny, man. It's funny. It's funny. And you know what really gets me more than anything about all of this state of Minnesota? They got laws out here, but the laws are not for us. The laws are not for us. See, every guy judge that hates me, I hope they go through a divorce, and I hope they go through the same thing that I went through. I hope their wives take them for every goddamn dime they got. I hope their wives take them for every dime they got because they don't deserve nothing. Yeah, I pray to God for that. I'm not going to lie about it. I pray to God, every judge that I hope they go through the same thing that I went through with my ex-wife. I hope they go through worse because judges got money, they say. You know, I don't know. Judges got money, they say. And I hope their wives take them straight to the cleaners. If they got kids, take them straight to, even though child support is against the law, it's unconstitutional. A lot of courts already ruled that in California, Texas, Louisiana. A lot of courts is ruling that child support is unconstitutional. You know, it's against the law. You know, there's a lot of cases right now in court about child support, you know. But yeah, I hope to God they get a divorce. I hope to God they go through the same fucking thing I went through. I hope they wives take them for every damn thing they got, man. You know, I really do. Oh, you like fishing, you like boating, huh? Yeah, I hope your wife takes your boat. Hope your wife takes every damn thing you got, you know. I don't got no sympathy for none of them motherfuckers that violates my constitutional rights, man. I don't have no sympathy for those people, man. None whatsoever, man. And I know, you see the funny thing. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, y'all. I'll be right with y'all. I can't hardly walk, man. You know? But I had to do something, though. I had to plug something in. Yeah, I hope every one of them, man. Like, I give you an example. Like, there's laws in Minnesota, right? There's laws in Minnesota. Well, they say that there's laws, but I don't believe the laws. Because if it was, she would have been locked up a long time ago, man. But the laws are not for guys. The laws are for the women. You know, like, oh yeah, here it is right here. And I'm going to show y'all something that's very interesting. But nobody can explain to me why it happened. Nobody can explain this to me. She couldn't even explain it to me. You know, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot, man. So don't get me wrong. Marriage is the beautifulest thing in the world. You know, marriage is the beautifulest thing in the world. Okay? Don't get me wrong. But marriage is the beautifulest thing in the world, man. Remember when I told you I took $200 out? Right here. It says 5-7. Right there. 5-7, 2020. Fairboat office. $200. Right there. 5-7. ATM withdrawal authorized on 5-7, 104 South Street, Northwest Fairboat, Minnesota. ATM ID number. Okay, $200. $200. I lost my card, so I had ex-wife's card, $12.75. So I took out $200 on 5-7 because I was leaving. Couldn't deal with it no more. Now, I'll show y'all something else, man. I don't want to hear nothing about that's dirty. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't care. I don't care. Because it was dirty because of what had happened to me. Okay? One 2020. Domestic violence, adult. Initial report of domestic violence. Okay? Mr. Melillo came to the clinic. Mr. Melillo came to the clinic with blood, scratches, and ripped shirt. Walked into the clinic and immediately got assistance from the emergency nurse in the clinic in Apple Valley. Okay? I cannot take this no more. I cannot take her beating me no more. I cannot take her taking my leg no more. I can't take this no more. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Her beating me up, beating on me, taking my leg, and stuff. Mr. Melillo has pictures on his phone that was shown to the nurse and the officers. Well, that was shown to the nurse. The supervisor nurse had to call the Apple Valley Police Department because this was a serious domestic violence case against Mr. Melillo that was put up on Mr. Melillo. He was assaulted, blood, running down his face, neck, shirt, blase, blase. We had to clean him up. Once we asked Mr. Melillo what is his wife's name, he gave name and last number. So the nurse ran it through the system. Mrs. Melillo has stage 3 AIDS, HIV. They have been married since 2001, and she was diagnosed in 2017. Never knew that. Never knew that. On that day, as Mrs. Melillo assaulted Mr. Melillo, she yelled at him. On recording, we hear, because I had my phone in my pocket and I had the recording on. I want to kill you. I want you to die just like me, you motherfucking nigga. I want you to catch AIDS and die just like me. 1/6/2020. Supervisor nurse notified the Apple Valley Police Department to come and do an investigation against the abuse, the domestic abuse that happened to Mr. Melillo. Mr. Melillo is required for a follow-up with this doctor, but yet he has to also go to the emergency room and get completely cleaned up and see another doctor. The status of stage 3 HIV is a very serious disease. By the wounds and cuts that Mr. Melillo has, he has to be on some kind of medication to prevent HIV. It's undetermined whether he will get HIV or not by the marks and the scratches and the blood that we see on Mr. Melillo's face, neck, and mouth. Ms. Melillo had her hands in Mr. Melillo's mouth with bandages full of blood as she was attacking Mr. Melillo. Apple Valley Police Department arrived. They did a report, told Mr. Melillo, do not delete none of the pictures on your phone. Apple Valley Police Department asked Mr. Melillo for copies of the pictures. All copies of the pictures and the reports were filed with the Apple Valley Police Department, and everything was okay until the officer asked Mr. Melillo, where do you live? Oh my God, the officer stated, that's out of our jurisdiction. That's the sheriff's department in Faribault. What we'll do is we'll do the report, and I'll give it to my watch commander, my supervisor, and they'll see what they can do. But right now, do you think your wife's around? I don't know. The officer put out an APB, officer put out a watch for the vehicle. They ran Mr. Melillo's plates and see that the other vehicle was a Nissan. Put out a bolo in case she comes anywhere in this vicinity. We'll pick her up right now for domestic violence. Everything, this is the funny part right here. This is the funny part. This happened on 1/6/2020 when she beat the fuck out of me. That's the first time she ever put her hands on me. First time that she beat me that bad. Because I don't hit women. No. I don't hit women. One time she stabbed me. She cut me. She just, sometimes Korean women just go off, man. You know? I never knew that she had HIV and that's sick until she got sick. And then she beat the shit out of me. I was scared. Still scared because they said you can still get it no matter what. The medicine they give you is a bunch of bullshit that makes you sick like a dog. So anyway, it is right here. It is right here. And I got the right to show this on the internet. There it is right there. There it is right there. I got the right to show this on the internet. Then The watch commander, I had to go down there to Apple Valley, and I had to ask him, well, Federal Sheriff's Department said they didn't get the facts. They didn't get none of the records. That was the nicest officer I ever met in my life. Was the Apple Valley officer. That was the nicest man I ever met in my life. And he said, hold on, sir. Can you sit down for a minute? I said, yeah, I could try to sit. So I was in a lot of pain. Bust up my knee, which I got to get surgery for, but I can't. On my good leg, yeah. He threw me downstairs and stomped the shit out of me, man. And then, so that officer from Apple Valley, I respect him a lot. I really do. I respect that officer. I think he was a lieutenant or in charge officer or something. And he went and he got copies of everything. And what was so amazing was he said, wait a minute, Mr. Malillo, hold on, I got something else for you to prove that we did this. He even made copies of the facts that was sent to them, and everything was sent to them, the time, the date, with everything. You know, everything was sent to the Fairbolt Sheriff's Department, right? Sheriff's Department claimed they never got nothing. But also they got a statement from the DA they spoke with that she has to be charged. Because when this happened and they sent me to the hospital, the CDC was already called. And the CDC came to talk to me. And the guy goes, you know she's going to go to jail. Well, that's where the hell she's supposed to be, in fucking jail. Bitch tried to kill me, man. You know? And guess what? Nothing happened to her. Nothing happened to her. So when a guy got AIDS, they got to use my case. They got to use mine too. He cannot go to jail for giving anybody AIDS or beating somebody up and he has AIDS. He cannot go to jail. He should not be going to jail at all under no circumstances, because she did not go to jail. She didn't even get cited. Nothing. So I filed my lawsuit against the state for attempted murder on my life, against the deputy that took my money, against the city of Faribault for $1 trillion. $1 trillion. I wasn't playing. You violate my constitutional rights, false arrest, planting evidence and stuff. The sheriffs in Faribault plant evidence. I'll say it again. If they white, they are crooked and they plant evidence. There's no ifs and no buts. No ifs and no buts. If I'm lying, come to my face and tell me I'm lying. That's all you got to do. 5/7, 2020. Well, wait a minute. Wait, I'm going too far now. I'm going too close now. Okay, so she get put out the house. Get the fuck out. Get out. Get out the house. Get the fuck out. I don't want you near me no more. Get the fuck out of my life. Get the fuck out. Right? And so this deputy, this motherfucking deputy got the audacity to tell me, well, why I didn't come then? Motherfucker, I was in the hospital. They was taking care of me. They was trying to make sure I don't get AIDS. So what the fuck you talking about? You know? How the fuck you gonna ask something stupid like that? Oh yeah, and then it also in here is where she spit in my face. You see, yeah, right here, it also describes how she put her hands in my mouth when she had blood on her fingers and stuff, and she spits in my face. So this is what the deputy do. They know that these two knew each other from high school. I didn't even know my wife was from Minnesota. I met my wife back home in California. Never knew she was from Minnesota. Never knew she was from Minnesota. All I knew about her is what she told me when she got sick. That's all I knew about her. When she got sick and she started telling the truth about her life. She was a prostitute in Minnesota. Oh, yeah. That's how I know they took the statements from 2020. She was a prostitute in Minnesota. She ran drugs from Minnesota to a place called Wisconsin, where I still don't know where the fuck that's at. They came out of her mouth. She ran welfare fraud with her ex. That came out of her mouth. Okay? Okay? And the only reason why she was in California is because she gave up her daughter so her ex couldn't have her. So she went to Minnesota where he didn't have no rights to fight for his daughter. So she put his daughter up for adoption without his consent or anything. That's why she moved to California. Didn't know none of this. That came out of that bitch's mouth. That came out of her mouth. Her mouth. So let me tell everybody out there, how would you feel? You married for all of those years. You never knew your wife has a disease until something happens. But if a guy does that, y'all talk bad about him. He got to get locked up. Why is it not for the women too? Why is it not for the women too? Why is it's okay for a woman to go and give up a child because they don't want to be bothered with the child, but don't want the father to have the child? So they go to another state and put it up, which is illegal like a motherfucker. I don't give a damn what anybody say. In my eyes, that's the dirtiest thing a woman could do, man. I don't give a fuck. That's the dirtiest thing another human being could do to another human being, man. You know, and like this here, you know, what I'm going through, when this broad, all she do is just keep calling the police on me, calling the police on me, calling the police on me. Man, my name is so fucking known, man. It's not even, I think these judges are going to get together one day and just talk bad about me, man. You know, instead of following the letter of the law, they crooked their damn selves, man. They crooked their damn selves. But that's okay, though. I'm going to file my appeal. I got the right to file appeals. I got the right to sue. And that's the bottom line. I'm going by what the constitutional right gives me the right to do. You know, their constitution, state's constitution is unconstitutional. You know, it is void and is void because it interferes. It's a conflict of interest of the original constitution. And that's what every state is saying. Every judge in different states and superior courts are saying, unconstitutional. Your constitution is in conflict of interest with the original constitution. You know, from freedom of speech to the Second Amendment, right to bear arms and everything, man. You know, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, but yeah, I didn't know all of those years until she got sick. That's when I'm like, you know what? What scared me more than anything in this world is when she attacked me. And she said those words to me. I want you to die like me, motherfucker. I want you to catch AIDS like me and die like me, you fucking. That right there scared the fucking life out of me, man. That scared the life out. It's time for you to go. Get the fuck out. Then she forced her way back in the house. About 3 days later, she forces her way back in the house. She calls me up. If I can't come back in, then such and such told me to change bank accounts and everything and take all of the money out, you know. And she did it. She did it. After she came back, she took all the money out of the bank. She took every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. Every fucking thing she took. Well, stop feeling sorry for motherfucking people that got AIDS. You know, she was a prostitute in the state of Minnesota. They called her a China girl or Asian girl or some shit in a place called Burnsville, some fucking place, man. You know, that all came out of her mouth. When she was sick, I took good care of my wife. And when she tried to talk to me about it, I said, you know what, babe? We'll talk about it when you get better. My job is to make you better. That's my job, is to get you better. I made an oath I took an oath in front of God when I married you. And the oath was to protect you through sickness, through health, through death, do us part. I took a vow in front of God. We'll discuss this when you get better. I seen her every day at the hospital. The nurses couldn't believe me, man, at that hospital. I was there every day. I was bathing her. I was doing her hair for her. She wanted her nails done. I was polishing her nails for her, doing her toenails for her, helping her walk. She was in this room where all of the oxygen just sucks in, you know? And I was there for her. Nobody else was. Nobody else was. But no woman, there's not a woman on the face of this earth that puts us down so much and has so much hate for us would never talk about the good things that we have done for them. That's the coldest motherfucking person on the face of this earth. No matter what. No matter what. And y'all say, I bring it up because this here starts from point A to point B. This bullshit case that they got on me now comes from point A to point B. And when she says to the deputy, she hasn't seen my wife since 2013. 2012, 2013, that's a bunch of bullshit. My wife tried to call me, tried to talk to me so we could talk. But that bitch, no, don't talk to him. Fuck him. Later for him, man. My own wife told me where she was at. Her ex-husband, this woman's ex-husband was telling me where my wife was at. I said, I don't care, man. I don't. See, you got to understand, us real men, once we file divorce, we don't want you no more. The cruelness, the pain, and everything. I keep telling people, I'm not like everybody else. I'm a man. I'm not going to run and cry to you to beg you to come back to me. That's not going to happen. Once you fuck over me, that's it. I lost all respect and dignity for you because you don't have no right to have respect. First of all, you have no right to have respect when you try to give me fucking AIDS. That's number one. All the years married. So y'all people don't come at me and talk to me, I'm a dog and stuff, because I'm not a dog. Then the shit happened to your ass. Your woman needs to be infected with AIDS and try to give it to you. And see how you feel if they never told you. $18, 19 years of marriage was beautiful. Until November, she started going over to her trailer park, drinking and stuff, and hanging out all night, not coming home. You know, and like I told Terry, I said, I didn't see her for New Year's. She was gone. I didn't see her at all. You know, I didn't see her at all. She moved back into the house on January 5th. Yeah, she forced her way back in the house. No, January 10th. She forced her way back in the house. January 10th. January 10th. Because Terry, we was watching his dogs, and they always go out on vacation. We're there, out there, and we watched the dogs for them while they were on vacation. So yeah, he came back January 10th at 9:45, and she walked in 5 minutes before Terry did. And even though Terry said he'll do the divorce for $800, so nobody gets hurt. So nobody gets hurt. He would do the divorce for $800. Everything down the middle. He'll do the divorce for $800. But this bitch tells her, no, don't do that. I got this attorney. I got this attorney you can hire, you know? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Oh, yeah, the two guys that has your daughter, they rich. So just tell the court that you got to pay the attorney fees and stuff. So where you getting all this money from? You still, you into drugs again and stuff? You know? And this is why I don't understand how this punk-ass deputy going to make a statement about alleged. There ain't no fucking alleged. Every fucking thing I say is 100%, 1,000% true. Every fucking thing I say is 1,000% true. 1,000% true. Every fucking thing I said. Did you investigate this person? Did you go look around and see if this person, my ex-wife, was living with this person? When she said she didn't see this person, that's perjury. That's on a fucking document. Another fraud document. Perjury. The state of Minnesota loves falsified police reports. They love it. They love it. They love when somebody hates somebody so much to call the police on them. Both judges never knew about my videos. Never knew nothing about my videos. Until this bitch calls up the police department. Every fucking law enforcement in the state of Minnesota contacts them about his videos. The judges had no clue about my videos. None whatsoever. And that was proven. None whatsoever. Are they afraid of me? Hell no, they're not afraid of me. They can't even come up with that bullshit. They're not afraid of me. Was I angry? Yeah, I was angry. Upset. Mad as hell. Because again, you allowed perjury. You knew she was committing perjury. You knew her attorney was committing perjury. That's the funny thing about it. There's a judge in Minnesota. Oh man, what? No, not in Minnesota. In man, where was it at? Past Minnesota, another state, next state over, whatever state that is. There was a judge there, man. He just got finished finding this guy's attorney for perjury and conspiracy to commit perjury. Now I like that judge. That judge. I'm watching that on the court TV, and that judge says just like this. Wait a minute. Hold up here, counselors. Hold up. Told the prosecutor and the counselor. Hold up here, man. Had the person that, whatever you call them people, read back the statement, right? And so the judge read it back, and the attorney had somebody on the witness stand. And the witness lied with the help of the attorney. And so the judge goes, your statement yesterday was totally different from what it is today. Why is that? What did I tell you yesterday about perjury? Boy, did that fucking bitch open up quick. That judge had the attorney locked up and the witness locked up and the defense and the defendant locked up for perjury. Yeah. I like that judge. Because that judge did the right thing. You got some judges that don't give a fuck. They act like they can't be touched by lawsuits and by the law. But no. See, what I'm saying, I hope somebody is looking into it. I hope somebody is investigating it. You know? Go take a picture around. Hey, was this Asian broad ever living over here? Yeah. Oh man, and I know one goddamn thing. If there's a McDonald's over there, she was in that motherfucker every day. I can't stand McDonald's, but because one thing my ex-wife loves is McDonald's. So if there was a McDonald's over there, she was in that McDonald's every damn day. No ifs and no buts. Everybody knew that she was living there. She told me, she told other people, this woman's ex-husband was telling me, everybody knew she was living with his ex-wife. Wasn't no fucking secret. But Minnesota loves perjury, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all just got to put me to fucking death, man. That's all the fuck y'all can do to me, man, is put me to fucking death, because I'm tired, man. I'm tired of this shit, you know? I'm fucking tired, man. Y'all don't go after people for perjury. Y'all don't go after people for hate crimes, but you come after me for some bullshit. Y'all come after me for bullshit. That's what y'all got to do, man. I'm not gonna lie about it. Y'all got to set this judge got to fucking sentence me to death, man. That's the only way. The only way on God's green earth The only thing y'all could do to me is sentence me to death. That's it. That's the only fucking thing y'all could do is sentence me to death, man. That's it, man. I'm tired, man. Fucking tired. You know? Tired. I'm real tired. The cruel and unusual punishment that y'all putting me through. I'm not afraid to die. That I'm not. I'll be with my sisters. I lost in 9/11. I'm not afraid. I'll be with all my family members I lost in 9/11. Friends, people I love. I'll even be with my last buddy that just passed away. I couldn't even go to his funeral because of this shit. Couldn't even say goodbye to him. I'm not afraid to die. That I'm not afraid to do. I'm not afraid to die at all. At all. You know, nobody ever, you can't investigate a crime if you don't talk to an individual. You know, and this police report should have been thrown out a long time ago, man. You know, now that attorney, that public defender, he did something. I found out because I'm getting somebody to. They looked up the case and they're going to be emailing me everything, you know, so I could go over everything. And the only two witnesses they got is two deputies. I don't take no other man's fucking word. I don't take no other man's word. So I'm going to get those two deputies' names and see what kind of person they are, have them investigated, any alcohol abuse, any spousal abuse, how many people they lied on, you know, because let me tell you something. You got a badge on, you're a liar. You're a liar. Anything with a badge is a liar. Anything with a black robe on is also a liar because they violate the constitutional rights. They violate the oath of office. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen that one honest judge in the state of Minnesota, man. I haven't seen that one judge that really sticks by the laws, the letter of the laws. None of these white judges do. None of them do. I don't know, but matter of fact, I never seen a black judge in the state of Minnesota or a Mexican judge. Never saw one of them yet, you know. But all these white judges, man, are no fucking good, man. Maybe they good to their own kind and stuff, you know. But that's the truth, man. That's the God honest truth. You know, because they don't give a fuck. They just dare to referee. That's it, man. You know, they just dare to referee. Like, I gotta say this though. This is the funniest thing that I ever seen in my life, man. Okay, where the hell did I put that at, man? There's this one thing here where Minnesota ruled. Minnesota Superior Court ruled when you get arrested, the original warrant has to be in that officer's possession. Superior Court already ruled and threw out warrants and testimonies. And that's what I'm going to file. That's what I'm filing my dismissal on. Already ruled that. And what is so ironic, they state in there that the warrant, this is their statement in the Superior Court in the state of Minnesota, their warrant cannot be rubber stamped. A signature has to be on the warrant, not electrical signature, none of that shit. It has to be that individual's own handwritten signature. Then it states that that person has to be taken immediately in front of a judge. Immediately. Not the next day, not 48 hours, not 72 hours. It says immediately, or that is false imprisonment, and any officer that arrested that individual is liable for false imprisonment and false. That's a ruling. And guess what? These courts got to go by their ruling. There's no ifs and no buts. These courts got to go by what the Superior Court of Minnesota stated. No ifs and no buts. They can't play no games with it or nothing, because then it gets transferred to federal appeals court. Because now you violated not only the state law that the Superior Court ruled, every court got to follow what the Superior Court of Minnesota says. Every court has to follow their ruling. I wouldn't give a fuck if you got a guy with 1,000 killings or whatever you call it. They got to follow the Superior Court ruling. No ifs and no buts. Like, what I don't like, I really don't like it at all. This cop in Minnesota got it 25 years probation for rape. 2 kids. 25 years. This cop or deputy got it 25 years probation. Didn't lose his job in Minnesota. In Minnesota. I forgot. Because he's white. He's law enforcement. You see a lot of law enforcement all over the United States getting busted for child molestation, rape, sodomy, and all of that shit. And I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And they're getting away with it, man. I only seen one officer, I think it was Alabama or Oakland somewhere, but he wasn't white. He was half white and half Samoan or Korean or Japanese or something like that. That's the only one. The only officer that got it 200 and something years for raping those black women. The only officer that got it 200 and something years for raping black women. The only officer. I forgot what state it was in, but he was like, he looked either Samoan or Korean or something, but he was also half white. If he was 100% white, he wouldn't have got shit. And y'all people say, protect your kids. They don't give a fuck about your kids. They don't even give a fuck about you. You know? And that's God's truth, man. You know? These judges let these fucking people that rape kids, rape women, walk free. Now, if that cop was Mexican, he get 25 years in prison. Register as a sex offender. Be on parole. No ifs and no buts. No ifs and no buts. If he was black, he would have got life. Point blank. The state of Minnesota goes by your color, and that's the truth. They don't give a fuck about if you're innocent, because there's no such thing as you innocent. You're automatically guilty. That's the system in the state of Minnesota. That's what it's all about. Even the fucking judge today couldn't even answer my question. You know, and I was fucking mad, man. I said, you sit back. You're supposed to be a referee. And this guy charges me with disorderly conduct for a video that has nothing to do with disorderly conduct. Nothing whatsoever. That's false charging me. Not only is that a false charge on me, it's also a hate charge. But that judge didn't say a fucking thing. And I said in that courtroom, how can somebody get disorderly conduct making videos? Disorderly conduct is if you're out in the street. That's what the law says. If you're out in the street in public, drunk or something like that. That's disorderly conduct. And I said, then you better charge every fucking body in the state of Minnesota that puts up videos disorderly conduct. That's what you better do. But they're only doing that because, like I was told so many times, because you're a nigga. You black. You look black. DAs can charge you whatever the fuck they want to charge you with and get away with it. No, they cannot. No, they cannot. They can be prosecuted. They could be arrested, just like anybody else. Judges could be prosecuted. Judges can be arrested, just like anybody else. You see that every day on the news. Judge in Texas got arrested. Judge in Ohio got busted. Judge in Oakland got busted. Judges in California got busted. DAs got busted. City attorneys got busted. One DA got busted. Ooh, he was white too. He got busted for rape in California. The cold part about it, he raped his own niece. And the worst thing about it, he's being held without bail. He's the first white man in the state of California, a prosecutor, that raped his niece, being held without bail. He's the first one in the state of California, the first prosecutor to be held without bail. First one. First one. And then you got the house nigga ones. Them are the worst ones. You know, you got the house nigga deputies, you got the house nigga pigs, you got the house nigga cops from both races, females too. You know, and you get a lot of them that's being held responsible for the actions that they caused. Then you got the ones, see, let me explain something to you about law enforcement. They're chicken, they're shit. They're not men. They're cowards. They're punks. They got to hit you while you're handcuffed. So they use the term, stop resisting while they're hitting you. When you know you got to move because you're getting hit in your ribs and stuff, see, they're punks. They're cowards. You see. That's why, I forgot what state that was, where their superior court ruled, if a cop puts their hands on you, any law enforcement officer, you got the right to protect yourself, which is true. You got, nobody's above the law. And a lot of states already moved immunity from judges, from prosecutors, from all law enforcement, removed immunity. And the best one of it all is Colorado. Because Colorado says straight the fuck out, if that officer turns off that body cam, he will be arrested and charged for tampering with evidence. That's the law Colorado, that's the best law Colorado did once they removed immunity. Anything that in that police report or statement that officer makes is void. No good. No good whatsoever. And if they cut their body cams off, they will be locked up for tampering with evidence. Now, other states are following the same way. California is about to follow the same way with a stronger one, which is so beautiful. There's no need to be handcuffing anybody on a traffic citation because you cannot go to jail for traffic citations. You cannot go to jail for driving without a license. That's in every state. Every law is in there. And these attorneys don't tell you this because they don't want you to know this because they're making money, you know? But there's no laws in no states, and it's unconstitutional to put you in jail for driving without a license, driving without a registered car. Even a lot of superior courts rule you got the right to travel. You don't have to have no car registered or licensed. Look up the laws, man. Look up your constitutional rights. Don't believe me. Look up the laws, man. Look up the constitutional rights, man. You know, it says it all in there, you know. And these judges just we are their pay. We're the courts are the banks, and they put any case that you have and you're out on bond, they send it to the Texas investment place out in Texas bank, and it's Texas Loan and Savings is where your information goes with your social security number and your case number, and they'll move around like 3 or 4 numbers, but it's in your name. Yeah, and the judge gets paid that way. The prosecutor gets paid that way. If it's a public defender, he gets a bite of that, and the rest goes to the state. Yeah, that's the way it works, man. That's the way it works. Now, if you got a private attorney, he don't get shit. Yeah, that's the way it works. The judge gets his kickback, prosecutor get his, and then if a public defender you got, he gets his, and then because he works for the state, and then the other part goes to the state. So if your bond is $10,000, the state gets $150,000 from interest off of that. The judges get about $60,000 to $80,000. The prosecutor gets about the same, maybe a little bit higher, and the public defender gets about $40,000 to $50,000. Yeah, and the state gets the highest percentage of it. Yeah, even though the state cannot be a victim. The state cannot be a victim, man. And these fuckers just won't listen, man. You know, and I got so many case laws that I'm putting in my appeal, and also for this shit to be dismissed. You know, even Terry, he couldn't even believe it. He said, "Wait a minute, I watched all your videos, and this shit doesn't sound right here, man. He said they putting stuff in here from 2020 to make this look like you just said it 2023." I said, "Yeah, that's why they use the excuse they did not know what dates they were. That's a bunch of bullshit. All my videos got dates on them. I can pull them up right now. It shows the date, the year, the time, and where it was made at. Right now. So everything that guy put in this report is all a lie. All a lie. You know, all a lie. And when I asked this other attorney to see if she can help me. She's a nice lady, you know. And she asked me a question. She said, "You really hate white people?" I said, "No. I'm just I hate what they're doing to me, man, you know. I really do, man. This is really unfair, you know." I was upset. And she even said, "This shouldn't even have went this way, period." You know, they didn't even do an investigation. You just can't do an investigation by watching the video and saying, "Yeah, you did this, you did that, and you threat to society." Since when I'm a threat to society? I've been in society all these fucking years, man. Since when I'm a threat to society? Stop using that word. You know? Society don't got no motherfucking jurisdiction over me. I'm a free man. You know? I'm a free man. You know, and they just play these trick words and stuff, man, and which is totally outrageous, man. Just totally outrageous. But I'm losing a lot of cases. This shit's gonna be dismissed, man. You know, and I'm already almost finished. I'm almost finished with this lawsuit, and I'll be serving them. Every defendant here will be served by me, by certified mail. No ifs and no buts. A certified mail, and I got that right. You know. Like, I'm going to tell you, there's this one case right here in Minnesota that ruled that it is a serious violation of a defendant's privacy rights by taking, listen to this carefully, by taking a person's fingerprints and photographs when they have not been convicted of a crime. It is against the law. It's unconstitutional. Okay? After a person has been convicted then and only then the Constitution protects a due process of law. If a defendant's picture and fingerprints are taken, then that violates the due process of law, and it violates that defendant's privacy rights. Then whatever sheriff's department or police department has taken the individual defendant's pictures or fingerprints, they are in violation of the Constitution. These some serious ass cases, man. It's some serious ass cases that I'm hitting them with, man. You know, because on there he puts on there warrant. No summary, no nothing. No investigation, no nothing. No nothing. Nobody talked to me. So when that deputy MacGyver versus Van Rip, RIPER, yeah, this was out of New Jersey. Then you got one out of Minnesota. Then you have one out of California. This is the biggest one that ever hit California too. This happened in 2020. Okay, and the ruling came down from the Superior Court of California. Superior Court, State of California, Superior Court of California. It states that no defendant shall be fingerprinted and photographed if they are not convicted. It is a violation of the constitutional rights and violation of privacy. The only time that a defendant can be fingerprinted and pictured is when they are convicted of a crime. Period. Now, if the law enforcement agency does have a picture on file of the defendant and he does not appear on the date and time of a court hearing, then they have the right to post his picture on the news as a wanted fugitive. United States Superior Court, Los Angeles, California. July 4th, 2020. There's no jurisdiction whatsoever for taking of fingerprints and photographs of another meanings. Can't hardly see it. My eyes are going bad, man. Words are too small. I try to always make the words larger so I can read it. Or defendant before a conviction. You cannot take fingerprints and pictures before a conviction. Now I got this other one that oh man, what happened? Whoops. I'm sorry about that. I grabbed the wrong thing. I was just looking at this other one. And the same here. This one here. A conspiracy. That's what I'm hitting them up with. Minnesota. This case comes out of Minnesota too. Conspiracy. Conspiracy is when two or more people conspire to have someone either arrested or under investigation for false allegations or false charges. Check this out here. Once a person is charged for conspiracy takes two or more people to conspire against another person behind hate, retaliation, Once a defendant is charged with conspiracy, whether it's a police officer, judge, or DA, they automatically lose all immunity. There's no such thing as ignorance of the law when it comes to the judges, police officers, sheriff, deputies, attorneys, and city attorneys, and DA, and prosecutors they got. The Superior Court of the United States already ruled that there is no such thing as immunity to be given to any official person of the justice system. What year is this? Wow, this one says 1962, and this one is 2022. This one is 2022. City attorney or prosecutor is not immune from lawsuits and charges once they knowingly commit conspiracy against a defendant. This is out of Denver. They came up with some good-ass laws about conspiracy and shit out of Denver. All right, let's see what it says here. The court went on to state that officer making the arrest is liable for false imprisonment if he arrests with the intention of only detaining, or if his unreasonable denial causes damages. Okay? This is out of Minnesota. This is laws out of Minnesota. It states here, this question has been coming up for so many times in appellate court and in Superior Court. Now the ruling is finally here in the state of Minnesota. No warrant is valid. No warrant is good once you violate the individual's constitutional rights. The warrant is unconstitutional if the officer does not have the warrant in their possession and read the warrant to the defendant. The arrest is false imprisonment, false charges, if the defendant is not brought immediately in front of a magistrate or jurisdiction. In front of a magistrate or judge. Okay? Immediately in front of a judge, a magistrate, or judge. Immediately. Minnesota. Minnesota. In the case involving an indictment, an assault, and a false imprisonment, the Superior Court of North Carolina held that in the possession of a lawful arrest, the one arrest is to be taken immediately to a judge. Taken immediately to, damn, there's that word again, immediately to a judge. Wow, immediately. Oh, that's awesome. Immediately. They don't do that in Minnesota. See, these are laws right here that I'm going by too. And this shit's going to get dismissed. I'm not worried no more, man. I'm just in a lot of pain. I really am at a loss. It's been, what, 22 years, 20 years, 22 years, 2001, September 11th. I miss my sisters. I miss my friends that I lost back home in New York. I miss them all, man. And I just lost my last buddy. He died. He died about two weeks ago, I think it was. I don't even know what today is. And I'm going to say this to some of you people out there, man. You got a mom and dad. You thank them, man. You hold them. Tell them you love them, man. Tell them you're sorry. You got kids. Protect your kids, man. Love your kids. Don't let nobody hurt your kids, man. And some of you guys, man, stop hitting on women, man. Stop being a fool, you know. And some of you women, the same thing, man. Leave the motherfucker, he gonna hit you and stuff. Just let it go, you know. Just it's not worth it. Life is too precious, man. Y'all people that got families, man. Y'all, I admire y'all, man. I admire y'all. I love y'all. I respect y'all. Y'all people that got family. I don't got nobody. I lost my twin sisters. You know, I lost my sisters. I lost damn near everybody at 9/11. And it hurts. You know, it hurts a lot. You know, it hurts. I really miss being married. It hurts. It hurts being alone. And then someone killed my dog. That's cold. What a, you know, it hurts, man. Y'all people that got family are lucky. Y'all people are lucky, man. You got someone to talk to. You got someone to confide in. You got someone that will comfort you. You know, I've never celebrated my birthday after 9/11. Never celebrated my birthday after 9/11. My birthday was the same day. Never celebrated my birthday. Even when I was married, I sent flowers out to the memorial, and she used to get mad at me about that. I'm like, dude, that's family, man. I gotta send flowers out there since, you know, you don't let me go. I mean, come on, man. How can a person have so much hate for a person, man? And think that they always play the victim. You know, people need to start really like, oh, you broke up? Oh yeah, that's what he did. Oh yeah, that's what she did. Damn, I hope I can run into that bro to find out what really happened with him and her. And yeah, don't ever listen to one side of the story because it's all bullshit. You know, it's all bullshit. You know, what gets me is this here, man. Again, I knew from the beginning this person did this, and what the attorney said is very interesting. And I've been saying the same thing. You know, so in other words, they never knew about what you said on the internet, on YouTube, or none of that stuff. I said, nah, no, no, no. She called the police. Again, she called the police. She called the police on me 11 times. She called the sheriff's department on me in Faribault when I was going through all of the bullshit. And they kept calling me. We could violate you. We could, like, there was some dirty motherfuckers. My ex-wife got served her divorce papers because the court said I had to take it to a different sheriff's department. So I had to go to this other sheriff's department. And so the sheriff, nice guy, man, nice guy. He called me, said she was served. But damn, she's a bitch, sir. I said, yep. She argued with the sheriff. The sheriff that served her my divorce papers, she's arguing with the sheriff. And I never forget his statement. I could see why you divorced her, dude. No disrespect. I said, no, it ain't no. You didn't disrespect me. You just spoke the truth, man. You know? And when she was served the divorce papers, he couldn't believe her. He tried to explain to her, ma'am, he can send you divorce papers. You don't have an attorney. Do you? No. Okay. He can send you, but I got a restraining order out of him. He can send you divorce papers, even with a restraining order. He can send you divorce papers, ma'am. So then she goes and calls the Faribault Sheriff's Department. First, she calls the police out somewhere, and then calls the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department called me and says, you know, you violated your restraining order against that she got on you. I said, how's that? You have those served with divorce papers. Well, come lock me up, motherfucker. There's no law that says because you got a restraining order, you can't serve somebody divorce papers. Are you fucking that stupid, man? So I told Terry Watkins about that. Terry said, what? Do you know how stupid that sounds? If they come lock you up because you have her serve divorce papers? Let me see. A different county served the divorce papers. Yeah, at her job. The courts tell me to take it to this county for her to be served at her job, the divorce papers. Yeah. And they try to lock you up. That's what the punk deputy's trying to talk to me about. I told him, man, fuck you. Come lock me up then. You know? If I wanted her that bad back, don't get me wrong. I loved her very much. First love of my life. You know? Everything was done for my wife. Everything. She says she want to go to Korea, she goes. She want to go shopping, she goes. You know? And even Terry go, man, y'all two, the artist couple, but y'all love each other. That's so good. We never argue. All of the years married until November. When she started hanging out with this individual, everything started going sour again. You know, she started drinking, hanging out late at night and all of this bullshit. That's when everything went, man. Everything went. But anyway, it was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? And then this other officer calls me, asking me questions. I said, man, talk to my attorney. I hung the phone up, man. Here's my attorney's number. Talk to my attorney. I'm tired of you motherfuckers fucking with me, man. I'm tired of you motherfuckers fucking with me. Yeah, she tried to have me locked up because she got served divorce papers. See, she didn't want to get a divorce, but I couldn't do it no more. See, I'm not, oh God, man. I divorced you. I filed a divorce. You put a restraining order on me. I put one out on you because you tried to kill me. That means I don't want you no more. I don't even want to be around you. I don't even be in the same vicinity as you. That tells you something. Even Terry said, you're the first, if you was my client, you're the first client, I think in the history of Minnesota laws, that you never even try to call your ex. No, I don't need to. She tried to kill me. She tried to infect me. Why would I want that back in my life? I thank God I'm okay, but I still worry because the doctor said you can still may get it. Who knows? The medicine they put you on kills you, you know? So no. And she not once. And even Terry said, I don't understand why this woman is not charged. That's attempted murder. Now, if you had AIDS and you did that to her, believe me, your ass would be in jail here without bail. I said, yep, I know that. But not for women. Not for women in the state of Minnesota. And you know what brings up that right there is that the new law in California went in effect too in 2020. That was an ass kicker right there, because we're going back to Cali. And it just proved that she didn't want to go back to Cali. Because the new law went in effect in California on January 1st. And that law was, they don't give a damn if you're a man or a woman. When you knowingly have HIV and you assault someone, that's attempted murder. Ifs and buts. You get locked up. No ifs and buts. And she knew this. See, she knows how to play Minnesota. She knows how to play Minnesota. She knows how to play a victim. But if you a hoe, you know, that's how you got AIDS. You nobody should have no sympathy for your ass, man. That's my point. That's my personal opinion, man. You know, that's my. Only person I feel sorry for is the kids. They shouldn't have to live through that shit, man. Nobody told you to put your legs up in the air and down and always. And if I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't have never married her. I wouldn't have never married her. I used to. I didn't like people like that, and right now I still don't like people like that. In my eyes, People like that should be on the other side of the planet. I'm sorry. I lost all respect for them kind of people, man. I lost all respect for everybody now. You know, you don't show respect to me, you don't got no respect coming, man. You know, and I don't got no more respect for the laws. No, I got nothing but hate for the laws. Hate, and that's straight out hate for the law. You know, I really do. I really do. You know, because all of the shit she's done to me, she's not once been to jail. All the shit she has done to me. Even other people, even some of my associates, you know, some of our associates. Why this bitch is not in jail? Man, why she's not in jail, man? We can't understand that. Out here in Cali, that shit happened. She'd have been in jail. I said, yep, but not in Minnesota. Not in Minnesota. Every day, you got cops going to jail for perjury, falsified police reports, DAs going to jail behind hate crimes, overcharging defendants for crimes they didn't even commit. That's what's going to happen to this DA. He going to go to jail. He going to go to jail. He's going to go to jail. Because he charged me with 2 charges that don't mean a damn thing. That has nothing to do with this whole case. Nothing whatsoever. He's going to jail. I don't even remember half of what happened today. I'm so pissed right now, man. Peace out. I got to find me something. Calm me down.